Hey gorgeous ones, I'm shooting video and I wanted to reach out to all of you, and Jamelia asked a question. I invited her, she's joined High End Empire and she just sold $800 yesterday, and I invited her to really feel into what it would be like to sell $800 every single day, or I think 300 days a year is $240,000. So you might want to join her and join me in really tapping into who would you have to be? What would you be selling? How would you be showing up online? What would you be releasing? And what would you be reclaiming in order to sell $800 or $1,000 every single day by owning your power, by owning your voice, by just being who you are? Because the truth is, you don't need to be Marie Forleo. You don't need to be glammed up. You don't need to be on the cover of Forbes magazine to make money online. What you do need to do is you need to start honoring deeply who you are. You need to feel that you are enough, and you need to know who it is you're speaking to, what problem it is you're solving, and you need to get out there and sell your work. The number one reason why women are not making enough money online is you're hiding. No one knows you exist, not in the grand scheme of things. And I can say that to you with compassion and love and heart, because I spent years hiding. I worried, think about me, and you know what? All it did was drive me into spiritual, economic, and physical exhaustion and overwhelm. Hey, Monique. So Jamelia also asked me, like, Ingrid, I said to her, why don't you look at even expanding yourself more and creating a $20,000? My internet's playing up a little bit. Why is it that I find it so hard to actually go to that level? And what I feel is happening here, and what happens to so many of us, is we don't really truly honor ourselves and our work. You're not seeing what I see in you, and I'm asking you, when are you going to see how incredible you are? And when are you going to stop listening to the drama and the lies and the pain and the trauma from your past? You need to drop that. And you need to come home to your holy diva presence, because $20,000, gorgeous, is actually quite a small amount of money in the big scheme of making millions of dollars, which also, hey Camille, gorgeous, hey Monique, is available to you, right? So I've got a money course coming down the line, right, called $1 Million Money Diva. And that's all about really coming into your frequency, right, of really feeling that you can make that amount of money. So I want you to feel into it. What would it be like, right, if you were selling $20,000 of sessions with ease and grace? People were coming to you. People were lining up to pay you the big bucks. What would it feel like to do $1 million? What would you be selling then? What funnels would you have set up? What programs? Feel into it. Who would you be? How would your life be? How would your life be with your partner, your husband, your lovers, your children? How would you be with your clients? When I was visualizing and manifesting more clients, I would pray and chant and see myself in a room full of women, right? And then that happened. I went and created CEO Diva Business School. That was my first big venture, right, into really stepping out. And I was petrified about speaking to a group and teaching. I was fine one-on-one. I could do my channeling. I could do my strategy. I was all cool with that, right? But when it came to a group, I was like, holy shiboli. So many more people are going to see me. But I moved past that. I really put my fear in the back seat and really used my, thank you, gorgeous Sagan. I had a bit of help today. I had a makeup artist here. But really, at the end of the day, I put my fear in the back seat and really used my courage and my passion and my love for women, my love for my daughter, my love for my family, to get the F out of my own way. So, I come from abuse. I come from trauma. I get it. I get what it's like to go, oh my God, I don't think I can do this. And am I enough? And do I have enough? And what are people going to think about me? But we've got to stop those voices, because that stuff just keeps it alive and it shuts us down on every single level. And all of that stuff, the stories of your past, I have deep compassion for it, but it must stop. I was speaking to a beautiful girl yesterday in a private session, and she said, no one gave me permission. And I've been there, and I have deep compassion for that. But really, at the end of the day, as a woman now, it's your chance and opportunity to love that inner child, to caress her, to hold her tight, let her grieve and cry 1,000 tears if she needs to, let her rage it out. And then you do need to come to a place of forgiveness of self and others and set yourself free and liberate yourself from that story, right? So that you can get out there and do the work, right? Give yourself the permission. That's your job. Loving yourself and believing in yourself really is your job. Hey, Jamelia. How do I make a program worth 20K? Well, I will send you an example of that, okay? It's in module 1 too, there should be. But definitely, so say you may be, so you do business strategy, Jamelia, right? So you're doing one at the moment that's 8K. So I want you to look at that 8K and first of all, also I'd like to know, how much is it really worth? If you got out of your head and you took any sort of value of yourself and put it, like, let it leave the room, and you really tapped into your holy power and you tapped into the transformation that you provide your clients, is doing life coaching, great, awesome. So what's the transformation? Like, what is it? Do you change their lives? Tell me about that. How much is it worth? So what you could do too to add more value is you could do a 2 or 3 day intensive, right? Where you do a one-on-one. So I've done that before where I've sold $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 private packages. So they could do, say, a 6-month immersion with you, and then they'd also get a 3-day intensive with you in a private retreat, right? Where they'd actually get to experience working one-on-one. That would also include the accommodation. So your costs there, and say food, maybe some massage, and maybe bring in another therapist to do a little bit of work so that you could go and have a break. That would probably cost you around $1,500, $2,000. It wouldn't include their travel. That's one way to do it. The other way to really do it is also to really make sure that you go back to those outcomes and make sure the outcomes are really clear. And I have a feeling that that $8,000 offer that you're currently offering is probably worth more like 15 to 20K. So I'd like to see that and look at it. I'll look at it for you because I know that you're in the program. I'm sending you guys lots of love. I'm getting hot under these lights. We're shooting videos, video ads, which is really, really fun. And yeah, I'm just sending you guys so much love. Humility over outcome. I help them get clarity on what are they here to do. I help them get clarity on what they really deserve and want. That's wonderful. And I'd like to invite you also to write those really clearly in bullet points and write them more like you will shift from feeling like lost and completely like kind of in anarchy, the spiritual anarchy around where you're going in your life, to, oh, thank you, gorgeous. You always look hot, Jamelia. To feeling lit up, turned on, and completely aligned with what you're here to do. What else is that going to do for them? It's going to bring in a deeper level of receiving. How is it going to, so that means money and abundance. How is it going to change their relationship? How is it going to change how they feel about themselves? How is it going to change their libido? I just did a video. Lisa's sitting here holding my camera. Hi.
Close up, sorry.
And it came to me and I'm like, the number one reason why I want to have sex with my husband again. The number one reason why I want to have sex with my husband again, because I actually have cash flow and I actually have pleasure in my life and I actually have time off for myself and I'm not worried about where my income is coming, right? So, doing things like that and really explaining to people, hey, lovely LaDawn, how are they going to feel? Financially, spiritually, emotionally. So take them on a journey. So when you're doing the outcomes, you will shift from here to here. You're like, yeah. Anyway, that ended up being a pitch, by the way, to my webinar. So I've got a beautiful free training coming up called 7-Figure Diva. How I went, hey Grace, yes. How I went from broke and hustling and barely being able to get people to pay me $100 sessions. I now sell $2,000 US an hour minimum. My package, like if I do private work, which I barely do any of anymore, because I've leveraged myself, I've scaled my business and all that jazz. And so I'm going to be sharing how I've built $1 million rockin' empire, working with clients that I love. One of the ways that I attract clients that I love is, number one, this is not brain science, but get laser lucid, deeply clear about who it is you want to work with, how it feels. One of my biggest things is heart-centered, divine, ethical women who are as potent and talented as all F, right? So the excellence is there, the mastery is there, they just haven't worked out yet how to monetize it, right? So I'm just really, and really crystal clear about that energetically. I also obviously articulate that as I am in video, in my ads, in my copy, because I don't have time for people that are victims who aren't going to do the work. We need women who are ready to just go. Yes. So get laser lucid clear. Who do you work with? And also I want to know what your movement is and your mission. What are you here to do? Like, so for me, it might be similar to me, which is all great, but I stand for the economic, spiritual, and political and physical power of all women. No more sacrifice, no more burnout, no more undercharging, no more scarcity. It is time for the sisters, the healers, and the light workers to rise. And we can't do that when we are spiritually, physically, economically impoverished. You just can't. We are then in a state of pain. I get it. So we've got to take that pain and make it rain and stop listening to the BS stories. You know, my dad told me when I was a little girl, you know, you're not smart enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not enough. He used to hit me a lot. That made me feel pretty damn stupid. It created panic in me and fight and flight in me, right? A fight and flight panic response that most women are living with today. So I want you to take a moment, and I want you to see that within yourself and ask Creator, and we will be going there laughing at me like, would you hurry up so we can do some videos? But I'm
laughing at Lisa.
Oh, her arm is getting sore. Ask the divine to support you to release that fight and flight, that feeling of panic and overwhelm, so that you may remember who you are, to cultivate a sense of relaxation, to cultivate the relaxation response, which is basically a hormonal and cellular shift that you're going to have, where you can remember what it feels like to feel deeply loved and nourished and to make money with love and grace and ease, right? That you can learn how to use your voice to speak and connect. Let's stop marketing and let's start connecting, because that's the heart of it all, right? We want to make more money. If you don't know how to connect with your audience, it's going to be pretty damn hard, right? So I'm sending you so much love. I'm going to do a bit more shooting here with my team and allow the divine, beautiful Lisa Diva
hi
to rest. And if you do want to book in with my team at all, just you can have a free consult at ceodivaconsult.com. Make it rain. Let's take that pain, make it rain. Make it your intellectual property. All the things that I've gone through in my journey with eating disorders and spiritual trauma and things like that has become what I teach, right? So in the Buddhism philosophy, you know, they call a lot of us who've gone through real anarchy, right, the slow horse. The slow horse, though, takes sometimes quite a while to learn. We get knocked around quite a bit. We kind of like almost like get dragged down into the mud until we deeply learn. But then what happens to the slow horses is we learn deep, and we can actually gain a sense of mastery around our craft and our teaching. So don't feel bad about going through pain. Don't feel bad about being sometimes a slow learner, because it will become your mastery. So look at those lessons and make them your teaching. I'm sending you so much love. Mwah. And yeah, that's all for now. Love you. Bye.